Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant Rajan. Welcome to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com, the only community where you get guided assistance to invest in stock market, bonds, mutual funds, fixed deposit, and all kinds of insurance. If you are not a part of this amazing community yet, visit our website MPIinvest.com to join the free investment community. Coming to the stock market yesterday, the Nifty opened gap down at 15,757 and went on to go on a high, majorly powered by Reliance. And in fact, we could see the Nifty closing at 15,850. Things were looking good. FIS sold for 1244 crores and the DIS bought for 1205 crores. So it was almost same. But why did the Reliance power the Nifty yesterday? The major news was nothing else but Mukesh Ambani resigning from Jio as the chairman. Yes, so Mukesh Ambani resigned from Jio and his son Akash Ambani is taking over as the chairman for Jio Infocom, which is good news because this could actually fuel the Jio IPO. Yes, so now since Mukesh Ambani is not the chairman, so what will happen is Akash Ambani is there and it is shown as a separate company, and this can help Jio come out with a separate IPO. And tomorrow if even the Jio retail is considered, maybe another son can take over that. If that is going to happen, probably we could see another Jio retail as another IPO that would come. And if these three companies are formed, there are chances, of course, Reliance is going to get a lot of profit out of it because most of the shareholding in these companies, of course, belongs to Reliance. So if this is seen as a positive, we could see the market actually going up today, majorly supported by the Reliance. But then are things looking really good in the global side? Not at all. In fact, if you remember last week I had spoken to you about the University of Michigan coming out with a report in the US stating that the inflation is going to come down, and as per the report, the inflation was at around 5%, which was much lower compared to 8% in the last month. But then there is another consumer confidence report which just came in, which says there is no change in the inflation. In fact, the inflation stays at 8%. And as soon as this news broke out, we could see the entire US markets falling big. Yes, it was a really big fall. In fact, if you look at Nasdaq, which had gained almost 8% from the low, actually started falling, and after a rise, in fact, yesterday when I was talking to you on the evening podcast, I had told you that the US markets were kind of in the green, but from there we could see the fall continuing. In fact, Nasdaq was down more than 3% in the day. So not only Nasdaq, if you look at Dow Jones or even S&P 500, all of them closed in the red. S&P 500 was down by 2%. Dow Jones was down by 1.56%. So overall, it was a negative day. And as we look at the market today, the Dow futures are kind of in the positive, but of course by a very small margin. It is just up by about 0.1% after the big fall yesterday. So the global sentiments are reflecting the Asian markets as well, as Asian markets are also down. If you see, yesterday the European market had closed in the green, up by about 0.9%. But if you look at the Asian markets today, Shanghai is already down 0.21%, and Nikkei in Japan is down by 1%. Taiwan is down by 0.79%. Hong Kong is down by 1%. Korea is also down by almost 1.5%. So entire Asian markets are already in the red. So a similar thing is reflected in SGX Nifty as well, which I'll talk to you a little later about. Coming to the market, again, if you look at the Indian market, rupee has continued falling, and as of now, it is actually at the record low again, which is almost close to 79 rupees a dollar. So which is of course not good. So with all these things happening, I would say the major focus today would be on the IT sector, because IT sector has a good news as well as a bad news. The bad news is, of course, since Nasdaq got sold so much yesterday, there are a lot of people who think that IT sector would actually go down just because the Nasdaq is down. So there might be people who will short it, and similarly when the price of, or I would say when the rupee value is going down against the US dollar, there are people who consider that as a positive for the IT sector as well. So we would see the IT sector probably seeing some profit booking more of reason. The reason is the IT sector has actually recovered quite a bit in the last few days. So there are chances that IT sector might go into a selling mode again. If that happens, that would be a good opportunity to add some good IT stocks into the portfolio. So coming to some stock specific news, of course, State Bank of India is in news again after the big news from Reliance. State Bank of India has invested almost 4 crore in equity shares of NBFC account aggregator Perfio's account aggregation services. And just for your information, SBI will be holding about 9.5% stake in the company, whereas even HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank has also bought about 9.5% each in this company. So there is some interest coming in there. So let's see how things take up in the banking sector today. Jet Airways is in news as they are expecting to sign a deal for new planes for its flights that are going to start in a couple of weeks. So that could see some really good movement in Jet Airways. However, I would not be in for investment right now. Britannia Industries is in news as they have set to appoint Mr. Rajneet Kohli as its first standalone chief executive. This is a big positive because there's an experienced personnel. In fact, people who don't know, Mr. Kohli was working as a president and chief business officer at Domino's, which is the Jubilant Foodworks, and he had quit the company few months back, and now he's joining Britannia. So that's something good for Britannia. So do watch out, Britannia. I'm sure some of us are holding Britannia. Probably we could see some positivity there on this. So if you look at the SGX Nifty as of now, with the Asian markets already trading in the red, the SGX Nifty is indicating opening close to 15,675, which is lower than the major support, which was at 15,700. So 15,700 means say if Nifty opens actually as per SGX Nifty below 15,700, we might see a resistance at 15,700. But one thing is for sure, now looks like 16,000 will not be broken by tomorrow's expiry. So that's something we can watch out for. So that means all the Gold Club members who are sitting with some good trades, with some good call sale which we have done, should be going into some amazing profit today. So all the best to all of you. Let us book some amazing profits today and enjoy the week early, because we will not be carrying forward any positions today as we are expecting the US GDP data coming in by end of day. So with that, let us ensure to stay safe in the stock market. Let us keep investing at this great time to invest and make amazing profits in the coming months. Well, with that, this is Srikant Rajan signing off. But before you leave, do press the like button and share this with your friends to help them learn and invest together with us. Goodbye. Have a profitable day. Let's catch up in the evening for the market podcast in the evening.